Yes, my name is Bianca, and this is the Lyons Den. Thank you guys for joining us here in the Lyons Den. We really appreciate it.
Mhm.
So, my first question is going to be to Malcolm. My question is, like Kanan in many ways, Lulu was often manipulated into Rock's web and expected to do her bidding. Can you foresee their relationship ever being repaired?
Are you asking Malcolm or are you asking Lulu? Because
Malcolm.
Lulu may not think that. Lulu might be like, you speak on it. He not going back. He's in an abusive relationship, like I like to say. So you know how, that an abusive relationship, in my opinion, objectively looking at it, doesn't always end, when we think it ends, right? You got to go back a couple times. Things might, you try a few times before you decide, what, I can't do this no more. So I believe that he's at the last end of that rope, but I also believe he thinks he's finished. I don't know if he's finished. And I also don't know what Rock is going to do, because if Rock decides to have a Marvin transformation, then I think that might leave some room for healing in later seasons. But as far as season 3, she op right now. She big op. She's big op right now. She way she disrespected that boy online. Terrible. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a rough one. She didn't come back from something like that. That man.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So I don't. I think that Lulu thinks it's over. I think there might be some room for healing if Rock can go do some therapy like that.
And that brings me to a question for London. We continue to see the story of redemption for Marvin this season. He is supporting his daughter with her musical ambitions, standing as the only person Raquel can truly call on at this point. And we even see him assist a friend from his anger management classes. Are we witnessing Marvin 2.0, and how long will he be able to be this at peace version of himself?
I think 2.0, I would it, more so. I just would give it not even necessarily a change of Marvin, but rather just another side of Marvin. This side is really there. I mean, people look at Marvin. Marvin isn't. He's not a. He's not a mean guy or even necessarily a tough guy. I think, to be honest with you, I think Lulu is more less tolerant of what Marvin is. Marvin is really just kind of takes orders and go. He got to really, you know, tug or push at him. But um, I think Lulu's colder actually. But and Marvin just responds. So this other side that we see a piece of Marvin um, is peace until he gets provoked to do otherwise. And really, I think out of that, that's just a defense mechanism. Like as we seen in season 2, when he told Sam the crackhead to get on the bus and here take some money. He didn't really want to do it. When Rock, even when Rock gave the orders for scrap, Marv was like, "Hey, I'm not. I'm just kind of. I don't really know. I'm just whatever." He's kind of easy going, but he will respond if things you know if people cross him, and then he got to cross back, and that's what I think it is.
Absolutely, I agree. Malcolm's character, Lulu, has been the one that's kind of more stone cold, but we are seeing him starting to be haunted too by a lot of the
Yeah,
decisions he's made, which is making this out to be a very compelling season so far with all of the characters, because we see a lot of things haunting you guys, pulling you back into things, pushing you to move forward. So it's great. My last question is for Hailey, and it finally struck me while watching the first 3 episodes of the season that Jukebox has been forced to grow up even faster than Kanan. She is
Mhm.
often expected to keep tabs on him and to have a grown-up outlook on forgiveness. Do you feel this will give viewers a better understanding on why many Black girls feel they wear the weight of their families often before adulthood?
I love that question. That's probably my favorite question I've ever been asked. It's being a Black, it's actually really interesting. I go through a lot of life events as Hailey, and I feel that. And then playing jukebox, I'm like, oh wow, we have to take on a lot, and we're kind of expected to be solid. We're expected to be solid. We're expected to be leaders. We're expected to be sweet, but not too sweet because then we're fake. And then if we're too nice, then it's not genuine. Or, you know, if we speak up for ourselves, then we're mean. It's it's part of the thing, man. Juke, I think has always been kind of the keeper of Kanan. She's the keeper of secrets for the entire family. She is the vault, kind of in her own way, and I think that's a testament to her personality. But yeah, for young Black girls, it's a lot. Even being in this industry as an actress outside of the show, it's like we're expected to be so much. But I think Juke handles it so well. Maybe not always. We see her relationship with Kanan over time, right? At the end, it's like, girl, leave this man alone. He's a mess. Leave him alone. But yeah, she loves her family, man. You know, I think it's the same thing with Lou. Malcolm and I connected on that even in season one. It's like the love that they have for their family runs so deep. It runs so deep that, you know, yes, do I hate having to chase after Kanan every time he argues with his mom? Absolutely. But that's what we do.
Right.
Well, I wanted to thank you guys so much for coming into the Lyons Den. I appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you, Bianca. Always love your questions. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Sascha, for joining us here in the Lyons Den.
How are you? It's nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you too. So my first question for you is, what do you think will surprise viewers the most about season 3?
It's a good question. I mean, I think there's a lot of surprises. I think, you know, there's alliances that I think people won't necessarily see coming. I think there's some betrayals that people won't see coming. You know, I think what's always surprising to people or to the audience is just, you know, the changing relationship dynamics between the characters. You know, that's always something that I think, you know, people are surprised by, and you know, that's a big part of the story we're telling, because it's, you know, this is a family drama, and I would say families are inherently dramatic, and part of that drama is, you know, who's in favor, who's out of favor. You know, a lot of season 3, and I know you've probably watched a few episodes at this point, a lot of season 3 is about, you know, as usual, the relationship between Rock and Kanan and the strains on that relationship, and sort of the evolution and you know, deterioration of that relationship, because Kanan is becoming more aware of who his mother is, you know, as his mother, frankly, and he is becoming more aware of the betrayals and the lies and the, you know, and so much of the time Rock has sort of justified it by saying she's doing it for her son, In season 3, I think Kanan starts to really wonder, like, are you really doing it for me, or are you doing it for you? You know, and that's a real tension that I think we see sort of, you know, emerge and grow across the course of the 3rd season.
Yes, it's very much a back and forth of you seeing Raquel really trying to get her son's love back and respect back. And it's very interesting and kind of tough to watch.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's tough to watch. If it's tough to watch, it means we're doing our job well, Bianca. That's good to hear.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Sascha, I want to thank you for sitting down with us here in the Lyons Den. We appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you too. And thank you so much for taking the time.
No problem. Have a wonderful day.
You do the same.